God bless you, class. How are you all? Class, we have started chapter number 2, and in today's class, we will be knowing more about measurements. Are you enjoying studying about units and their interconversions and exploring things related to them? Now, today, we will talk in detail about length and its measurement. What this diagram is showing to you. What do you think? Measurement is all about using a scale and a pencil or to draw a line on the paper? No, the measurement is involved in all professions. Now, when we define length, we define it is a measure of distance. Covering three-dimensional objects means when we measure three-dimensional objects around us, like we do in when we make some table, when we make a building, or when we design anything which is three-dimensional, then we define length as a measure of dimension distance. In the international system of units, the unit of length is meter. Now this is the picture of a standard meter which is placed in a museum in Paris. The standard meter is defined as the length of the path traveled by light in a vacuum in 12997925458 of a second. Now more about it. As we all know now that meter is the SI unit of length in SI system. But what about kilometers, centimeters and millimeters? I told you that we are using metric system for the conversion of bigger units into smaller one. So kilometer is the bigger unit, then comes meter, then comes centimeter, then comes millimeter. So if I make a descending order of units, so first comes kilometer, then comes meter, then comes centimeter, and at last millimeter comes. Okay, what about the conversion? We know the metric system works in the power of 10. So if the kilometer, a bigger unit, is to be converted into smaller meter unit, it will be multiplied by 1000. And if meter is further converted into centimeter, much smaller unit, then it is multiplied by 100. And the millimeters are obtained by multiplying tens with the centimeters. Reverse is the case when we convert a smaller unit into bigger units. And the power of 10 is same. Like converting kilometers into millimeters, we are multiplying, but from millimeter to get kilometers again, we are dividing. Isn't it interesting? Okay, now we practice some examples. Using the same converting help diagram. Suppose if we are having 2.5 kilometer. You know kilometer is the bigger unit. It comes here. And meter comes second. So they are related to 1000 figure. 10 raised to the power 3. So converting kilometer into meter, we will be multiplying here with 1000. Clear? You practice it. Okay, now again the kilometers are converted into centimeters. How many zeros are involved? 1 0 0 0 0 0. So 5 zeros are coming, means 10 raised to the power 5. So 0.56 kilometer will be multiplied by 1 0 0 0 0 0. Similarly, meter is converted into centimeter in part C. We see 19 meter will be converted into centimeter if it multiplies with 10 raised to the power 2 or by 100. You need need to practice it many times. The next, when we convert the smaller units into bigger units, we will not be using multiplication. Here we will be using division method. But the same factor will be used here. Like if we need to convert kilometer into meter, we will multiply it by 100. But what if the meter is converted again into kilometer? Then we will be dividing the same quantity with 1000. You see here, 198 centimeters are converted into meters. You see the linkage between meter and centimeter. If centimeter is a smaller unit and it needs to be converted into meter, this value 198 will be divided with 100. And if kilometer needs to be converted into meter, so where's the meter? Here's the meter and here's the kilometer. They are related to each other by 10 raised to the power 2 factor. Oh, 3 factor, sorry, 1000. So 2500 meter will be divided by 1000 to get kilometers. Now again, millimeters into kilometers. Millimeters and kilometers are converted with the connection 100, next zeros and zeros. 1 followed by 6 zeros, 10 raised to the power 6. So 157 mm divided by 1000, 000 is equals to kilometers. Now what about the instruments? This is all about smaller and larger units. What about instruments? Have you seen this measuring tape or the common tape which is used by tailors? Yeah, these measuring instruments are used to measure distances. You know, lines are marked on it showing fits, centimeter and millimeters. And the smallest division of this measuring tape is 1 millimeter or 0.1 centimeter. If you have this measuring tape or normal tape, ordinary tape at your home, you can see the lines and you can enjoy measuring different lengths at your home. Now about the meter rule. I'm sure you have seen this rule. This meter is the standard and this ruler is used commonly. This is identical or very similar to the scales or rulers you are using in your class geometry box. Yes, it can measure 1 meter length. And what are the lines marked on it? You know, centimeters and millimeters are marked on it. What if you read the measurement you are marking with it? You have to put your eye, suppose this much is the length and you are measuring it. You will be putting your eye just above the line which you are interested to read. Otherwise, you will be using the right instrument but you won't be able to take the correct or accurate reading. This is called as parallax error. Yes, the very exciting vernier calipers. I'm sure boys know it. You know, this is the caliper which is used by engineers, by craft makers and by different craft people, artist people. Yeah, this is vernier caliper. This is a specially designed instrument to measure short lengths, internal and external diameters, thicknesses or even the depth of narrow tubes or holes. It has an accuracy of 0.01 centimeter or 0.1 millimeter, very short length. It has 2 scales marked on it, very new thing about it. It has jaws, 2 pair of jaws, one for measuring outer dimensions, other for measuring inner diameters, and it has a long tail to measure depths or the depths of the tubes or holes. The bigger scale is called as the vernier scale, on which centimeters are marked. But this is the smaller scale on which millimeters are marked. You know, when we clamp something here. There is a screw to tight it. When we use this jaw to hold the object whose diameter is to be measured, we tight it with the help of this screw, and then we read the reading on the main scale, then the coinciding line on the smaller scale with the vernier scale. Then we can measure the accurate diameters or thicknesses or even the depths of instruments or other things. I'm sure today's lecture was very interesting, because if you are clearly understood about the lens, its different bigger, smaller units, and if you're using any of the, or if you're having any of the instrument, for example measuring tape or meter ruler or anything, you can accurately measure the length of different things around you. Now today's task is also very exciting. You know, when a baby is born, the doctors or the staff, nursing staff, used to measure the circumference of head. Which instrument is suitable for measuring the circumference of a newborn baby head? If you are having measuring tape or a meter ruler, explain and justify your answer and return it back to me, so that I will get to know that you are really working on it or not. Take care very much. Goodbye.